boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
Yeah. I know y'all hear me. And it's probably low. Let me fix that up. Now, what happened was I was on the phone. So I had a phone call come through at the absolute wrong time. All right, 67, we good. It was at the absolute wrong time. But I got some stuff doing. We got some stuff to talk about. All the stuff that was going on at GDC. We got a lot of stuff that's hitting. I gotta figure out what's going on with this thing. Gotta screw this thing in properly. Sit down. Yeah. You know Bella gotta stay next to me. Don't trust Bella at all. So, we're a little bit earlier today for the simple fact I got somebody coming in to fix an exercise machine up. You know, the road to Tokyo, Iron Lords, you know what we're doing. So, the boy has to be in supreme shape. And what supreme shape calls for? It calls for hitting that exercise machine at least 3 times a day. As long as it's right there in your house, you get busy, right? Got that tread climber, got the exercise machine. Now, anybody saw that last video? That last video I put up was kind of wild. I know dudes was hitting me like, yo, King, I didn't know you had that mask. This is a prop replica. We have wonderful people in our community. This prop replica mask is an actual, he does the mask for the movies. So, and he told me to pick which movie I like the most, and he showed me all of them. Yo, the intricacies in this joint is crazy. It's wild crazy. It's a real scary mask. Hey, yo. So I told dudes, you break into this house, you're going to find something buck bananas. You can find Michael Myers with a situation. What's going on, King Webb? What's going on, team? Now, y'all, everybody knows the Discord is up there. You know, you can jump inside the Discord. Link is in the description. Talk about that. See a lot of people with a lot of narratives going on. Definitely want to talk about Assassin's Creed and what Assassin's Creed is doing. Microsoft and Nintendo and a lot of developers teaming up together. That's something that I didn't see happening. But again, 2025 has been a different type of year. And I've noticed that a lot of journalists are scrambling because you know how the old tactics used to work, like the old tactics that they would use to get you to read their articles or to like go to their websites is running out. Like when somebody switches pace and changes what you're normally used to when it comes to console warring and stuff like that, and it switches, they can't do the same tactics no more. They can't pull you in the same ways no more. Like somebody asked me, like, yo, King, why you ain't talking crap about Sony like you used to? They're a customer. Like the first law of work, you don't disrespect your customer. Now, when I say hashtag no PlayStation 6, you know how it is. We're going to run it up on these bumps. I'm going to keep the boot on Kongs like this whole generation. Like, when I'm telling you that, I honestly believe there ain't no PlayStation 6. Now, dudes is going to say, oh, you know, it's in production. No, it's not. It's in research and development, goofy. It's a different thing from being in research and development to production. It's huge. Now, are the odds stacked against me? Yeah. I honestly would agree with you. Like, I would tell you, like, you're safer believing that 2% than the 98%. Like, you're safer, right? But my reasoning for it is because of knowledge of certain industry things. Like, I do have images and stuff of stuff that people either don't have or can't talk about. I'm not a leaker, so I don't care to leak that stuff. It's going to become a time where I will have to produce some of this stuff in order to substantiate my claims. But me producing that stuff now is for no reason. Like, I do have things that y'all be like, because, you know, there's a lot of dudes out there. I watch their videos and they say stupid stuff like, when the PlayStation 6 dropped, will you shave off your beard? Would you get off my, exactly, with my beard, bro? My beard is for God. My beard is not for me. My beard is for God. So you go talk to God, and if God strikes you down, then let God hit you. Eternal was good. You never stop talking about PlayStation every show, and whoever believes there will be no PlayStation 6 is literally insane. That's for you. King, but I'll catch the playback because Xbox chat is no place for me. I understand why Xbox chat is no place for you, Eternal. Come on, man. I don't take none of that stuff to heart, bro. Especially when I say stuff like you show feet pics and stuff like that. I hope that ain't hurt your feelings. You my guy. You one of the guys that show up. You, Tony, you guys show up. So show up, listen, show up, understand. But I spoke to God on Discord and he says it's fine, he's fine with it. Yeah, all right, Tony. Anyway, so the stuff that's been happening this week is huge in the sense that a lot of journalists, they don't know how to act now. They don't know, should I bash Xbox? Because remember, Xbox bashing news was big money. Driving engagement to their websites and driving viewers to all of their articles is huge money. Now, what you don't realize is every time you click on their articles, every time you drive traffic to the website, they get paid. They get, because how it's tracked, how many views that the article gets and stuff like that. Good morning, creative. And that stuff there helps them. So it's like a lot of, you know, have you seen in the beginning of this, like when the generation first started, there were channels that was always PlayStation channels, and kudos to them. They always been PlayStation. Right, you're talking about like Jay Barry and these guys, you know, always been PlayStation. Then there was people that were Xbox that switched over. And they switched over because they realized the algorithm was telling them, I salute you, soldier, was telling them that is better for them to make money by putting up negative Xbox news. So it was selling, and then they can go to PlayStation channel. Now, a lot of people say, yo, King, why don't you just do a PlayStation channel? No. I like Xbox, and I play on Xbox. I like the ecosystem. I like Game Pass. I like what it gives me. I like everything about Xbox. So I won't switch. So a lot of dudes was like, well, what if they get out of the console business? Me personally, that's them. If they get out of the console business, but they're telling you that we're going to offer you consoles, then there's a disconnect with somebody. Somebody doesn't understand something. Something's wrong somewhere. And me being close enough to the fire for me to understand what's coming, that they will offer hardware, that they will future-proof your library. I'm like, okay. So I'm chilling with that. What he said. I thought the statue of the side behind your head was Venom. Now I see it's Black Bolt. Yeah, that's Black Bolt right there. He got a bunch of switch outs too. That's XM Studios Black Bolt. I actually have Medusa, his wife, and she comes with Lockjaw, but she's so big and heavy, and she's a throne piece. She sits down that I can't satellite them together because he's a tall piece. Like, and that's the lower level, because that statue, if you see the back piece right there, you're able to remove that back piece and place him on top of that back piece. And then he has a trident over there that you can place in his arm. And there's a whole bunch of switch outs. That's why I like XM Studios, the premier statue developer maker. But at the same time, I think they're in a bit of trouble because their statues cost so much. So I think they hit a bit of hard luck. So this is what happened at GDC. Let's get to the crux of it, right? You know, GDC opening 1 billion doors with Xbox. Now, when Phil said that he wanted to reach billions of players, dudes was like, nah, how the hell you gonna reach billions of players? Bro, you can't even reach 125 million. You can't even beat PlayStation at what PlayStation is doing. What are you talking about, bud? And the plan is very clear. Now, you know, the APK deal took way longer than they anticipated. To be honest with you, I believe that's upset a ton of plans. Because if you're getting money back after you invest your money, then that's cool. But if you invest your money and you're not getting money, you're not receiving money back, what up, Seagulls? Then there's a problem. It's a huge problem. So the problem that they were looking at was, okay, so the money that they put out there, that 80 billion, they're not seeing no revenue off that. We need to get cracking. But see, it's when the company comes in, they're supposed to start figuring out, they want to keep the company moving because they do have games in production. So they want to keep everything as status quo. So what we do, we don't go in and just throw out the bathwater with the baby. We're going to give evaluations throughout the whole company. So what you do is you let your AI, which they was working with Sam Altman and OpenAI, and because they're still partners right now to this day. And what they did was let AI go through and evaluate everybody. So now if they come across a redundancy, right, some person, what a redundancy is, you know, the same thing happening in a company. You have two people doing the same job. You don't need them, right? So what you do is you look at that and you say, okay, cool. Let's evaluate them off of their merits. AI evaluates them. Whoever came up short either gets a pink slip or gets redirect into the company someplace else. And you see that a lot in these larger companies, right? So either you get a total pink slip and, you know, they get the medical and all that other stuff, or you get a switch off into another side of the company. Or maybe we send them over to Bethesda because his skill set, his or her skill set fits that, right? Now, at the same time, we had a switching of government. People was holding off from actually hiring, starting new projects based off of what was happening with the government. If the Democrats win, we got to go this direction. If the Republicans win, we got to go this direction, right? Because they pretty much made it clear where they both stand on big tech. Microsoft and Xbox is big tech. But to get to these opening 1 billion doors, I think this was always their grand strategy. Their grand strategy has always been to incorporate at a fundamental level Xbox to meet the whole broader PC. They've been dying to break into PC. Since going day and date, they expected a larger number of individuals to jump in. He said, they give you an Xbox and let you go. You stupid. That's wild crazy, son. That's dirty work. But at the end of the day, you understand their whole main mentality was to merge that software into one to maximize dollars, right? They would love to charge you more for Windows 360 and all that, basically telling you that there's an Xbox in each software update to Windows 12, right? To justify the price. So you're saying, well, I got the hardware, especially if you got one of these top-notch, top-of-the-line PCs. I got the hardware. All you need is the software to get inside. All you need is a controller to get you going. Now, I could just plug in and play immediately. And I go to my Xbox and download the game, start playing straight from there. What they want is they want you to be able to game at the highest level across all boards, but they already have an install base of 1 billion people immediately. The same way that they did with cell phones, with King. So Xbox, our mission is clear. Bring the joy in the community of gaming to everyone on the planet. Everyone on the planet, how, Xbox? How? Every screen becomes an Xbox. That thought process is kind of hard. And the only people that's able to do it is these guys, right? You would say Steam is able to do it, right? Oh, Steam is able to hit everybody. Pause. Steam on mobile is not really working out well for them, right? But they did put out a Steam Deck, and you do get Steam Deck in a handheld, right? But Asus put out a handheld, and Xbox is able to reach those customers because it does have Windows 11, does have Game Pass, and it's able to do, and Game Pass does, Microsoft and Xbox do kind of rock with Asus pretty hard. And same thing with G Cloud and same thing with MSI. So Microsoft already has targeted that crowd. Well, you remember very early on, Microsoft was targeting the cell phone crowd. It was offering for the backbone, because I got that backbone controller device and touch controls or whatever. I don't really like touch controls, only if I'm playing cell phone specific games. So what Microsoft did, when we get King, we get Candy Crush, we get the top of the line. League of the Legends isn't on Steam. Oh, that's crazy. Valorant is on console. Counter-Strike 2 isn't on console. Right. Counter-Strike 2 is crazy. We've been playing that since it started. Could you imagine a game being around from the moment it started and it's still relevant? That's insane. But the competitive scene keeps it relevant, right? And we was talking to the top Counter-Strike player in the world at one of our sponsor meetings. We had this sponsor meeting, and you know how they take the at the sponsor meeting, you have athletes over there, you have entertainers over there, and you have us gamers in a tiny corner in the side. It's crazy as hell. But then you have, influencers and stuff like that there. So it's an eclectic group where you get a chance to meet everybody and talk to people. But I think Counter-Strike is a crazy anomaly that actually has stand the test of time. I think at the end of the day, Fortnite will be part of that bunch from its inception to wherever it goes and whatever it turns into. But I think Fortnite has that staying power to turn into that thing. But all right, so Xbox doing all of this and opening all these doors. Let me see. I thought that this was important. The Nintendo, Microsoft, and other developers would share accessibility labels about their games. And these tags would show up on digital storefronts and products and pages. The reason why I said that is because the accessibility controller that Xbox just put out, and I'm pretty sure that PlayStation had put out one accessibility controller not too long ago, and Nintendo, we don't know what the Switch 2 has to offer as far as accessibility goes, but a demographic that is under-targeted is handy-capable people. And what I've noticed is initiative across the boards from everyone in the industry to target that market, to target those individuals and getting them more engaged in gaming. Because for a long time, they have been either ignored by the complications of the controllers that are at hand, that, individuals choose not to craft this thing in a way that can fit handy capable people. Now, if you want to join the conversation, remember the link is in the description. Discord is there. Just click it, jump inside, and we'll have a conversation. And that's for anybody. You don't have to be a member and stuff like that. Well, people choosing PlayStation over Xbox is a preference, and sometimes it's because your friends are in a different space. But I will tell you, Eternal, that that's not necessarily true, in the sense that PlayStation has over 125 million active users per monthly, and their number is going down, while Microsoft and Xbox has over 500 and some change million active users, and that number is greatly increasing, especially with the PlayStation fan base having to sign in to their Microsoft account in order to engage with the software. So choose a PlayStation. But what we've seen by every metrics is the PlayStation fan base chooses Xbox software. So fine, stay exactly where you are and allow you to purchase Xbox software. And there we go. That's the best thing that you can do, right? You can sit there with your little DualSense and you feel good, you feel comfortable, log into that Microsoft account and buy that game at full price and play that game. A half-baked GIMP game, because you don't have all the features, but it's cool that you don't have all the features, but you're willing to pay full price. But 5 major video games companies, including Nintendo of America, Microsoft, are joining a major new cross-industry effort managed by Entertainment Software Association, the ESA, to share clear information about accessibility features in their games. Now, part of the stuff you will talk about, the auditorial features, the gameplay features, the input features, the visual features. Those features will go further into helping individuals that are handy capable get accessibility to these games. Now, Cerebral Paul, if you don't know, writes for lordsofgaming.net, and he's always asking, DC Woo Dat. DC Who Dat? What's good? Welcome to Soldier V Rank. I salute you, Soldier. Now, Cerebral Paul always asks about what the accessibility features are for video games. And he does a very good detailed listing when he does an article about those games. You know why that is important? Because he's handy capable. And he understands the struggle of handy capable people, that be it very clear on the box, that can actually sway somebody in purchasing a game or purchasing it for someone else in your family. If you have a handy capable person and you're crafting their gaming experience, yes, you want to go get the accessibility controller and the options that go along with that. You pick up the console, and then you make sure that you craft their gaming experience about games that can actually facilitate a good gaming experience with them. That's a smart move, right? So, me personally, I think this is good. The fact that Microsoft and Nintendo is on board with this, that speaks volumes. Because they understand where the industry is going, and they understand that there's a need in those spaces. So I salute them as companies that dare to be great and dare to innovate in those spaces. Now, who's waiting for Hollow Knight? I believe the Hollow Knight Silksong game will come out probably like around June or July, probably like around the show. But, Microsoft has been drumming it up, talking about that it's going to be part of this incredible lineup. And right now, Microsoft is only talking about the first half of the year. Actually, the first couple of quarters of the year. I think the first and second quarter. They're not even talking about the third and fourth quarters of this year. From all indications, Microsoft and Xbox has told you they have a ton of games that are coming out that aren't even talked about or listed. So this is one of the games that everybody's been asking for and that may show up very soon. But there's one game in April that I'm looking forward to. Now, I don't know about you, but I know I am supremely looking forward to this game. The demo comes out April 8th. And that's crazy because on that day, I believe that's the day that South of Midnight comes out. That's gonna be a sticky one. That's gonna be a sticky one. But Metal Eden demo launches April 8th. The demo for the science fiction first-person shooter Metal Eden will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC via Steam April 8th. The publisher PlayOn and the developer Recon Games announced. Now, the game looks crazy to me. I believe that the game is probably the next in the great science fiction shoot 'em up games that's going to be happening. Now, I want your opinion on it. I think that basically it looks phenomenal. I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me give you the full screen of that. See, I'm one of those people that like, what up, Eternal? That like how Starfield is. I'm into these games. I think this game is bananas.
Can you feel it?
And the demo looks sick within itself.
They always want to create
right?
something new, but then end up doing the same stupid thing.
So the internal monologue that the character is having, the protagonist is having, the enemies look cool.
Tango down.
I love first-person shooters with a sci-fi feel.
You know what
You got
I hate
wall
the most
running.
about this place? It's in the air.
Look at it. This
Corner here reeks of it.
September is
A wolf in sheep's
crazy.
clothing called a compromise.
You listen. September is crazy within itself. That these games that are coming out, that is nuts. Ubisoft Plus annual subscriptions on sale for $107. That's what's up. I just finished paying for mine. The thought process behind all of this stuff here is the fact of the matter. If you, whatever type of games that you're looking for, somebody is going to facilitate that need. Some company is working on that very game that you're looking for. And that very game is going to fall in line with all the games that are happening this year. This is going to be a stack year at the Gamers, if y'all into the Game Awards. Well, I pretty much believe that Death Stranding 2 is going to win it because of Kojima. But like I said, this game definitely looks insane. You know,
Once we return
let
to
me
Vulcan and
move
awaken
my
the second
face out of here again.
We'll stir things up.
You see the whatchamacallit, the mantle. They have little. They like, what is it? They look like they're machine mixed with flesh, and he's like popping the flesh. Pause. You see? Like he's hitting the soft, sticky parts. Again, pause. And he did some powers there. I think that's kind of dope. The enemies look like they're cell shaded, while the main looks polygon, the world looks polygon. It looks like a mixture of two. Jump pad. And how they drop them into the world, kind of good. I'm really into this. This game looks really good to me. I'm really into this game. I think this game really is going to do numbers, to be honest with you. With this, games like Doom, well, South of Midnight, I'm pretty biased with that. And and I hear there's some new DLC supposing to show up for Starfield. Now, I do have a couple of games that I'm supposed to play. But one of the things that came out of GDC that kind of blew me away was the fact that Microsoft keeps getting companies to work together. Microsoft unveils the DirectX ray tracing 1.2 with the huge performance and visual improvements. The next-gen neural rendering partnerships with NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. Now, somebody had I got a DM not too long ago with Intel being really pissed off with Xbox, Microsoft, with what was perceived to be them jilting them at the end. And the GDC unveiling, see, I told you Microsoft had a ton of panels at GDC, and they were probably the largest contributor to the panels over at GDC, and had a lot of lectures and a lot of, developer recruitment, if you will. But I did not know that they were partnering up with the larger heavy hitters at GDC to give you the DirectX experience. Now, we know ray tracing has been lacking on the Xbox Series X to a certain extent, and we expect that to absolutely change going forward with all the new NPUs that will be used in the upcoming devices. Now, what does that mean for the Xbox Series X user? Do they update and patch a lot of the games to take advantage of some of the DirectX performance that's in the box? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm Oh No It's Alex and that I can do performance metrics when it comes to PCs and stuff like that. But at a fundamental, very, very rudimentary acknowledgement of the tech that they're producing and putting forward, I can get a gist of what they're trying to do. Now, the performance boost is 40% greater than the initial one from the DirectX. That, with Xbox, Microsoft, and their partners, shows me, one, where they're going as a company as far as DirectX 12 goes. They are making sure that they leverage that inside the box, that developers can take advantage of it from the rip. That allows you, as a consumer, whatever Xbox device that you get, I don't believe that they're going to be pigeonholed just to AMD as the graphics provider. With their decision on how open the system would be, I do believe that NVIDIA is a go. And with Qualcomm, we already know that they are the larger providers for, smaller devices that need to consume less power. I believe Intel, with their new graphics cards, are the reason why they're involved in this. The versatility of the Xbox and the Microsoft platform is going to change the way we see gaming. This is the reason why a lot of the rhetoric is changing on how these websites are reporting on Xbox games. They can't do the old metrics before. They don't know what game is going to go over to the PlayStation or not. They don't know how the hardware is going to incorporate Steam, because you have a lot of the PC guys saying, well, if it's an Xbox device and it got Steam on it, I'll buy it. You got Xbox dudes saying, well, there's a lot of PC games that I can get on it. On my Xbox, I'll get it. And you got a lot of the PlayStation ponies fearful for the fact that now I'm able to play my PlayStation PC games on my Xbox devices. If you don't want to port them over, there's more than one way to skin a cat. We want you, and we gonna have you. You could do this the easy way or the hard way. Either way, we gonna get you. See, PlayStation has locked itself into a space where they're going to have to get those games over there regardless to the PC. They already got used to that money. The money's already good. Helldivers, anyone? So us Xbox dudes don't have to worry about, is Helldivers going to be available? Oh, hell yeah, it'll be available. We'll be available to play that soon. We'll be able to do all of that wonderful stuff. And make sure that you update all your stuff when you bring it over to the PC. Because that, my friend, is an Xbox. See, sometimes you got to think outside the box in order to win. You can't necessarily beat them at making great games alone. Right? Didn't Phil say that? A great game alone will not beat them. Not saying that they're not going to try to make great games. As you can see, with Avowed, Indiana Jones, these games are charting pretty well. I'm pretty sure South of Midnight will chart just as well. I'm pretty sure Doom, The Dark Ages, and every game that comes out from Xbox will chart very, very well. So now, once you've built up this customer base, let's sell some games to them. All I've seen so far is old games go. I haven't seen new games go. And if they're new games, they get a date. They get a mention, but they don't get a date. Like, I'm still waiting for the Indiana Jones reveal for when that's going to show up. Now, we did hear about the old game, which is Forza Horizon 5. We did get a date immediately. It got announced after Indiana Jones, but launching before Indiana Jones, which is kind of weird, but it's okay, right? Get them used to it. Get them used to paying. Get them used to playing. And, hey, button everything up. And then target some of the games when they do come out to place your games there. They are so used to winning that they don't consider our wins as wins. They're entitled. We're not supposed to win as Xbox dudes, right? We're not supposed to beat you how we choose to. You want us to beat you how you want us to beat you. Well, let's talk about some wins, right? Because me personally, I find this as one of the best wins recently. Assassin's Creed Shadow hits 2 million players, beats Origins and Odyssey's launch performance. 2 days. 2 million. We needed them to actually do this in order for them to stay viable. Now, I told you, I was definitely afraid of this game underperforming. And then I did get a bunch of DMs with people being absolutely racist. I can't show you those DMs because it's absolutely disgusting in the words they were using for the game. But it did allow me to understand what part of racism, was it sexism? What was it that they were going for? And I found out majority of it is racism, right? The sexism part really didn't play too much into the game. The comments so far. But I'm pretty sure at some point in time, the sexism would show up a little bit later. And then we can identify those individuals and ostracize them out of the community. But it shows that Twitter is a vacuum. And Assassin's Creed doing this for Ubisoft, it outperformed all its predecessors. This is truly amazing. This is truly amazing. It said, despite controversy and all signs points that the latest Assassin's Creed game being the best seller, the franchise has sold over 200 million games by 2022, is a foundational pillar of the modern games market. Ubisoft today confirmed that Assassin's Creed Shadow has now broken 2 million players just 2 days after the launch on all platforms. It's a win for them. When a company needed it, they threw the Hail Mary and they actually hit it. That's astounding. Because as gamers, listen, when I call for a company to be purchased and I'm like, yo, Microsoft buy them, if your stock is trading at $1 and some change, I would rather the company that I like, that has a ton of money, whose stock is trading at $470 something the last time I checked, and then a company that has games that I like, whose stock went from trading as high as $14 to now as low as $1 and some change. Instead of them going away, buy them. Get the IPs. Instead of just buying select IPs, because you got to think about it. If they buy select IPs from Ubisoft, that's going to lower their portfolio. That's going to take away from their value. That's going to ensure an absolute slow death. Don't. Buy them in its totality. Preserve the Ubisoft legacy and name. The Guillemot family will probably definitely have to take a back seat and disappear someplace, because the way that they've been running the company has definitely run it in the ground, especially with the FTC and the CMA targeting the predatory practices of video games at this moment. I can see if I could pull that up, because I definitely was going to talk about the predatory practices of video games happening now. And me personally, I know it's very scary when companies target individuals, and they do have algorithms that can actually latch on to how you purchase, how you shop. Let me see if I can pull that up, where that's at. I had it earlier. I'm definitely going to get it. But the predatory practices in the industry right now is at an all-time high, and it needs to be rooted out, because now we have little kids that have accesses to laptops, cell phones, and also older people that have poor impulse buy control. I myself can suffer from poor impulse buy control when I see a deal, what I perceive to be as a deal inside the marketplace. Anybody that goes to Steam to see those humble bundles, you can fall prey to every last one of those humble bundles. Listen, I brought Abe's Odyssey. It was like a humble bundle for Abe's Odyssey. Every last one of those games. I probably got 3 of those games physical someplace upstairs, but I went and brought, it was 5 of them. I went and brought them all because it was $4.99. Now, to somebody, they're going to say, oh, that's not predatory. It is in a sense that you knew by my spending habits that this game would actually appeal to me, And you had at least an 80% chance of selling it to me because I was specifically targeted. Purchased it, didn't have no buyer's remorse until after I thought about it. I was like, I probably got 3 of those games. But now I got it digitally and I can just play it on my Steam Deck wherever I go. But regardless to what, that's a minor aspect to it. Could you imagine it on a major scale where the targeting reaches your kid that's playing Fortnite, playing Marvel Rivals? Now, I play Fortnite and Marvel Rivals all the time. Now, let me give you an aspect of it, right? When I go to the store and I look at a certain suit on, let's say, Marvel Rivals. Okay, so then I go about my day. I pick up my phone. I'm looking through my phone at something. Let's say I'm scrolling on Instagram. Well, an ad will pop up, and in that ad pop up, that, let's say, Marvel Rivals pop up, that same suit will be front and center. So now the algorithm is algorithming, right? So now every pop-up you will see, oh, it talks about this, it talks about that, and you'll see that suit. The next time you log into that game, you are closer to purchasing that suit or that costume or that skin because you have seen it enough times. It's a tactic that we use in business. I use it for sales all the time. What up, Black Viking? My dude. Oh, who said no? The Black Viking is here. What's good? That's KC. What's good? But the user interface that we saw that was leaked from Microsoft when it came to that whole reaching a billion, Steam being a partner with Microsoft, do you think that doesn't scare a lot of people? You don't think that developer Xbox everywhere, this is what they were showing people at GDC. This is what they were showing people. Develop for Xbox anywhere and reach players everywhere. Xbox at GDC 2025. Join us at the Xbox Lounge. All developers want to reach everyone. All developers. Not one developer there said, nah, I don't want to do that. No, every developer says, well, I'm down. Xbox, ID at Xbox has, since its inception, spent $5 billion on developers at ID at Xbox and has made a revenue of $1.5 billion. Now, I know you're going to say that, well, King, that's a deficit. No, what you did was you put seed money out in order for indie developers to grow. Indie developers growing in your ecosystem, in your farm system, if you will. Think about it this way in sports. In sports, you have a farm system. In that farm system, you have to put money down there, right? And you find out who's the best players at some point in time, right? In your farm system. But they go through your farm system. They learn the ways of the big leagues. They learn how to market, how to produce, how to maintain, and how to grow an IP. They also learn how to develop a product, how to bring it to market, and how to distribute. They learn all of this stuff through your farm system. And then you get the best of the brightest from concepts, from creativity to actually producing the game. They learn stuff along the way. ID at Xbox helps them. That's where you're putting in $5 billion. And then those games go on to become some of the best games in the industry. We have a game that's showing up from my guy, and let me see if I can get this up here. Pause. Cut it out, you weirdos. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. That's Drop Shot from Aerial Knights. Oh, sorry, hold on. You know, a dope game. So that stuff right there coming from, he's going to ID at Xbox, checking stuff out. He's at GDC now. Developers are trying to get their games across the board and delivering in a timely fashion and also understand how the industry works. From his first game, Aerial Knights, You Never Yield, to second game, to now his third game. These things happen very quickly, and they learn throughout the industry, and Xbox and Microsoft being a foundational piece in getting that development across the boards. But with their new initiative, where develop for Xbox and you can take it anywhere, that changes the thought process. Because no longer do they have to say, well, am I beholden only to Xbox? Can I produce a game that's on PlayStation as well? Well, we're a third-party distributor. Why, of course. As long as that game launches on Xbox as well. See, you remove that whole exclusivity thing that PlayStation likes to do. Like when you see Shift Up have to release Stellar Blade on PlayStation, and PlayStation will help you. I'll help you. But you only got to leave it here for at least a year or two. Then we'll limit your reach and that limit your bag. This does not limit the reach at all. This actually expands your reach as a developer and puts you in right prime position to win without sacrificing what your main goal is, to have as many eyes as possible on your game. Microsoft understands the assignment, and the assignment is to make sure every gamer gets a chance to see every title. Till all is one. That's the whole thought process. You used to think about it with Transformers. They said until all is one. They're not going to stop. The whole basis between the Autobots and the Decepticons was, remember, they started off as a whole team. They fought the oppression as a whole team. They splintered off when egos came in and differences of philosophies, and then the shicey stuff started happening. But the main mantra is to all is one. Microsoft is pushing that forward. So that PlayStation that you're picking up right now and you're playing an Xbox game, you've been affected. Now you're looking forward to Xbox games. And don't you worry. You're going to come over here kicking and screaming whether you like it or not. We got you. You see, they removed MLB The Show out of Game Pass, but they didn't take MLB The Show off of Xbox. Now, I can't wait to see the numbers this year and see exactly what it does this year. But they didn't want to give up that Xbox money at no time. Well, this has been the weekly recap with your boy, the King. And if any of y'all wanted to jump inside the Discord, you was able to jump inside the Discord and actually talk and have a conversation. Well, I'm going to get this skedaddling and get to moving. But tomorrow, Attic is going to have on some nipple tassels. And he's going to drink his boba. So, I'm going to tell y'all like I'm about to do today. At all times, all